Again in Central Africa, where four Ugandan farmers are taking on French energy giant Total Energies in a landmark legal challenge over East Africa's controversial crude oil pipeline. The case being heard in Britain targets the $5.6 billion 1,004-kilometer East African crude oil pipeline, which is due to begin operating in 2027. The pipeline is expected to carry oil from Uganda to Tanzania and is expected to become the world's longest heated crude oil pipeline. The farmers, backed by campaign group Avaz, argue that the project violates Uganda's environmental, climate, and constitutional laws and are seeking an injunction that could halt oil from flowing through the pipeline. Elsewhere, Kenyan police have blocked a planned Sabasaba Day march in Nairobi, detaining 10 protesters and sealing off the capital. This comes as President William Ruto's government intensifies its crackdown on dissent amid lingering anger over police violence, economic hardship, and shrinking civic freedom. Kenyan police prevented a planned Sabasaba Day procession by deploying checkpoints, plainclothes officers, after they said they had not received formal notification of the so-called illegal procession. The Economic Justice Movement had announced a peaceful march to commemorate July 7, 1990, when Kenyans took to the streets to demand multi-party democracy. Elsewhere, jihadis and their separatist Tuareg allies have fought to control a key camp in northern Mali, where Russian paramilitaries and forces from the country's military government have taken refuge. The Al-Qaeda-linked Jnim jihadis and Tuareg Fla separatists launched coordinated attacks in the region on Saturday, just over 2 months after another major offensive. 2 months ago, they had captured the strategic northern town of Kidal and killed the troubled West African country defense minister. The Fla claimed control of Anafis on Saturday, a location crucial to securing a grip on Kidal. We round off with the United Nations Right Council, which has approved without a vote a measure that condemns the escalating violence by Sudan Paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF) and its allies in and around the city of El Obeid. Recall that escalating violence is in the northern Kordofan region as the war in the North African country continues into its fourth year. The resolution, brought by Britain, Germany, Ireland, the Netherlands, and Norway, as humans, also encourages greater support for countries hosting refugees from Sudan and condemns all forms of external interference in the war. However, China, Cuba, Egypt, and Pakistan disassociate themselves from any consensus on the measure, with some referencing a fact-finding mission that the Council had already set up to focus on right abuses in Sudan's war. That's the news around Africa on Wave 91.7 FM, compiled by George Ukegbu. For report and inquiries, send a text or call our newsroom line on 0911-347-5147. You can also listen to us on wavefm917.com. For pictures and stories in the news, follow us on Facebook and X at 917 Wave FM and at Wave 917 FM on Instagram and Threads. Remember, Nigeria is our only country. We should join hands to make it great. I am Winnie. Good afternoon and thanks for listening. Up next is Sports Lounge.